Why do you choose to work with Alpha International member firms?
I joined O'Reilly in December of 2008, and our general counsel already had become acquainted with Alpha International and had gone to some of the events. So that spring, in March of 2009, I went to my first ICS, and I've been involved ever since.
Approximately, how many member firms do you use?
Over the past 9 years, I think we've used 20 to 25 firms on a more than one-time basis. Some of them we use all the time. We have found that it's beneficial to us because Alpha vets the firms initially before they become members. So we already know that there's a quality aspect that's built in. We like working with the smaller and medium-sized firms because we find that we're more able to become familiar with the partners and with the associates that we'll be working with, and find that they often have a similar objective to build a partnership with our company as opposed to dealing with one-time issues. O'Reilly right now is a national company. We don't have an international presence, but it's a comfort to me to know that there's the opportunity to build those relationships with firms from other countries, whether it be in Europe or Asia, in Canada, Mexico, Central or South America, because I have that connection through Alpha International.
What makes Alpha International member firms different than other law firms?
One of the things that I think is beneficial is Alpha firms are so relationship based. They understand that a lot of times we're not just hiring the firm, we're hiring the lawyers. So the partners with whom we have a connection frequently will build a team collectively with us, with their associates that we know that we can work with as well. Understand that we want the same people staffed on various cases because they really start understanding our company and what our objectives are, and are comfortable with the fact that since we do have a national presence, we've got to be consistent in the way that we handle litigation across the board. Some of the other firms do that as well, but probably not as well as the Alpha International firms do.
What does the Alpha International tagline, Local Relationships Worldwide, mean to you?
To me, local relationships worldwide is recognizing that there are Alpha firms in so many different locations that we know that we can call upon, but we have relationships with the greater organization as well. We can utilize our relationships with one Alpha firm to further enhance the relationships we have with the firm in another location, for instance, and we can really rely upon that partnership. I think I mentioned before, it's nice to know that we can call upon lawyers anywhere in the country and really anywhere in the world. So I think that reflects the global part of it. But it really is about that relationship building with the local firms.
What value do you find in Alpha International publications?
I appreciate the compendia because we're in 47 different states, and we often get called upon by various departments within the company to provide advice and counsel about a particular issue on a national basis. So it's helpful for me to know that I can go to the Alpha International website and find a compendia, download it, and provide that answer very quickly instead of having to do the research myself or assigning that to another lawyer within the company and having to take several weeks to do so.
What value do you find in attending Alpha International seminars?
There really are three values that I find. First is the programming is excellent. I find that we've got a lot of opportunities to go to seminars across the country from various organizations, but the Alpha International seminars really are those in-depth looks, often at issues that aren't covered at other seminars. So I appreciate that. The second is the opportunity to meet face-to-face with the Alpha International lawyers, those that I work with, and also developing relationships with those that I don't yet work with. Because often I'll end up calling someone that I happen to have met in an area where we currently aren't located, but I have a question because we might be going there. It's nice to know that I can call upon them and I've met that person instead of it being a cold call. The third part of it is the relationship building between myself and other Alpha clients and being able to get to know them, what their concerns are. Often we share the same concerns, and being able to talk with them about that, again, face to face, but then also being able to follow up with a phone call or an email after the event. I really have enjoyed the client roundtable that occurs at the ICS before the event really officially kicks off. That's the chance for all of us to get together behind closed doors, literally and figuratively, to talk about those sorts of issues. But I also think that throughout the events, there's more interaction with the clients, with the fellow clients, than there might be at some of the other organizations.
Can you share a specific Alpha International success story with us?
Sure. One of the firms that we work with regularly is Higgs, Fletcher and Mack. Jim Peterson has been doing pretty much all of our labor and employment work, really employment work in California for a number of years. And unfortunately for us, that seems to be a haven for wage and hour litigation, particularly putative class actions. So Jim has had the opportunity to work with us on a number of those cases, and we've been very fortunate to partner with Jim and his associates to successfully beat class certification on 2 or 3 of those cases at this point. And part of the reason that we were able to do so is because Jim understands our company so well and our approach to doing business.